Noah claims he's a professional time traveler who was stranded in 2019, 11 years away from the year he belongs in, 2030. The nervous young man is terrified that, if he is not careful, he'll bump into a past version of himself and cause a paradox which could rip the universe to shreds. Noah's not his real name, and he insists on blurring out his face and distorting his voice to hide from assassins who could off him as a punishment for revealing the truth. Last year, he even claimed to have passed a lie detector test, insisting that he is the real deal and not a sci-fi fanatist. My natural time is the year 2030, he explains to Sun Online. That is the year all my family and friends are in. Simply put, I was fired from my job during a mission in the year 2017, which is why I am now stuck in 2019. Noah says he was a high school student when he learned from government agents that time travel was more than just science fiction. Supposedly, he was recruited into a top-secret program, and he went on to forge a successful career as a full-time traveler based in 2030. Now he's become stranded in the wrong year. While he says he does not have a family in 2019, they wouldn't know or recognize the future versions of himself, and meeting them could spark a chain reaction which could change the course of the future or destroy time itself. This X-ray, Noah says, shows a device in his hand that helps him do time travel. A past version of myself exists right now, and he is in middle school currently, Noah says. I have to stay far away from him to avoid causing a paradox, because the results of that could be profound by what I understand. Noah reckons he can prove he's telling the truth with an X-ray which he says shows a device in his hand which helps him skip between time periods. He tells us, it was implanted before I went back in time via a surgical procedure. It was painless, and that device actually helps in transporting all the atoms within my body. I'm not a scientist, so I do not know all the details. Noah's face isn't distorted as a result of the time travel. It's because he's chosen to stay anonymous. Noah's story may sound insane. His message to the many doubters out there is simply, I don't blame you, but he's far from alone in making outlandish claims about time travel. Many choose to appear anonymously, fearing repercussions from fellow time-benders who'd rather their secrets remain under wraps. Speaking to interviewers at an undisclosed location, and with his voice disguised, a man whips a smudged, slightly crumpled photo out of his pocket in his blue jacket. This is a photo from the year 6000, he says. I don't know if you can see, but that's a city. You may notice that the actual picture itself is a little distorted. That is because, in the time travel process, pictures tend to get distorted as well as many other things. Some people actually have parts of their body distorted by the time travel process. Speaking to Apex TV, an anonymous traveler says he's seen life in the year 6000, warning of a world featuring immensely powerful AI. This photo, supposedly showing the city of the future, hasn't convinced too many people in the comment section. If the conveniently distorted photo isn't convincing enough to win you over, the man also has a warning of what lies ahead. Artificial intelligence will be able to predict things with 100% accuracy, and in the year 6000, we upload our brains to computers so we can live forever, he says. They don't want me to tell you this. 2307. A Greek man also hiding his true identity claims in another video that he spent 2 days in the year 3207 after being shot forward in time as part of a top-secret military program. The buildings were absolutely enormous, he says. Cars were flying, and there were strange-colored grass, not green, but deep purple. Aliens, ordinary people, big animals, and robots were walking together.